It'll be me, Ben, Stenny, you, Edwards, Sarah.
All right.
Come on, closer, buddy. Good morning, everybody. What you have, good morning, in behalf of the Maryland-Washington Metro Congressional Delegation, we are pleased to announce, number one, that we do have a deal for the omnibus $1 trillion funding bill that will keep the United States government opening and functioning on the job, doing the job through fiscal year 2016. For our region, that means no shutdown, no slam down, and we will be able to do the people's business of governing. What I'm particularly proud of is that working together, we were able to secure $390 million in the federal checkbook for the full consolidation of the F.B.I. building. The F.B.I. needs to move. It needs to move out of the Hoover building because it's dated, dysfunctional, and even dangerous. It's leaking. It has technology challenges. It has many other physical challenges to it. It doesn't meet its own security needs. The F.B.I. has to move. We wanted to move to Prince George's County, and we worked as Team Maryland to push for the full consolidation. $315 million are in the F.B.I. budget for design, engineering, and construction. $75 million is in the General Service Administration for construction management and oversight activities. This way, we can make sure the money makes a considerable down payment so that the F.B.I. has what it needs to do. My criteria and the delegation's criteria for the headquarters for the F.B.I. is that there has to be a full consolidation. Right now, our F.B.I. is working in the Hoover building, but over 40 different sites scattered in the metropolitan area to the tune of rents of $44 million. By consolidation, you bring all the F.B.I. together in a one-stop shop to fight terrorism, organized crime, and any other bad guy that's out to get anybody in the United States of America. We want it in Prince George's County, which has often been overlooked and overvalued. That's why every member of the delegation used their committee and used their clout to be able to get this money in the federal checkbook. And working with our very able county executive, Rashawn Baker, who was continually being an advocate for this project in Maryland, in Prince George's, in terms of critical infrastructure and transportation. Senator Cardin is on the Environment and Public Works Committee and was able to make sure we could get the bill authorized. Donna Edwards is on a key committee in the House and also made sure the legislation was in for the full consolidation. Steny Hoyer is the dean of the House delegation in the House. A whip and the majority leader was able to move through his unique style to make sure this was functioning in the House. So we work together, and the reason we work together is we know we've got to keep America safe, which means the F.B.I. on top of their game, and we want those jobs in Maryland, 11,000 jobs. It will make a difference to the F.B.I., and it certainly will make a difference to our community. I'd like to now turn this over to Senator Ben Cardin.
Well, let me thank and congratulate Senator Mikulski for this great accomplishment for the security of our country. First and foremost, with the concern about homeland security, with the concern on terrorism and radicalization of Americans, we need an F.B.I. that can function at its top level. When you are divided in 30 different locations and you don't have the modern facility in which to operate, you are compromising the homeland security of this nation and the safety of America. So first and foremost, this appropriation of $390 million that Senator Mikulski was able to get into this omnibus appropriation bill talks about the security of our country and why we're so committed to the full consolidation of the FBI. In the original authorization that was passed by the Environment and Public Works Committee, we underscored the importance of full consolidation of the FBI. Congresswoman Edwards, in her work on the authorizing committee in the House, emphasized that for the sake of our security and for the sake of efficiency, we need to have the full consolidation of the FBI. Congressman Hoyer, who's been working on this issue from day one, I've been with him at social events when he's the Chief of Staff for the President of the United States on this issue. Believe me, we've been focused on the FBI. First and foremost, a national security priority. And to County Exec Rashern Baker, I just want to congratulate him. You know, it's not easy to get Team Maryland United in one county, for one county. And we have the entire state, from Governor Hogan to the county execs from the neighboring counties, all saying, look, we know that the best location for the consolidation of the FBI is in Prince George's County, Maryland. And if you're going to get a full consolidation at the best price to the taxpayers, the most convenient location for the workforce, the location that's close to all the critical facilities that the FBI depends upon, including its workforce, it's going to be located in Prince George's County, Maryland. So I am proud of Team Maryland. I am proud of the fact that this is another step closer to achieving our objective of consolidating the FBI in Prince George's County, Maryland. And let me turn it over to the key player in the House of Representatives, Congressman Hoyer.
Thank you very much, Senator Cardin, and I echo everything that Senator Cardin said about this is a national security issue. Senator Mikulski also mentioned that. I want to congratulate Senator Mikulski. We have been so advantaged to have someone in the leadership on the United States Senate, particularly on the Appropriations Committee, as chairman and as ranking member, like Barbara Mikulski, who is so focused and who has worked so hard in making sure that, in fact, we accomplish an objective that the FBI wants to accomplish, in my view, the administration wants to accomplish, and certainly we want to accomplish. Senator Cardin and Senator Mikulski both work closely with Governor Hogan as well. I think that bears further amplification because we had a press conference together at a meeting. Then we had a press conference with Governor Hogan. He is 100% committed to this project. Governor O'Malley, of course, dedicated resources to this project so that this is a culmination of the initial effort to ensure that this project was on the drawing boards for full consolidation. We all emphasize full consolidation because partial consolidation will not achieve the ends of greater synergy for the FBI offices that will make them much more effective. Furthermore, I want to say to Rashern Baker, one of the reasons I think Prince George's County is in the leadership for this is because the integrity and the attention that Rashern Baker has brought to Prince George's County. It is a county on the move. It is a county that is respected throughout the country for the programs and policies it's adopted, and that is Rashern Baker's legacy. And he's not over yet, but in my opinion, Rashern, we would not be where we are without your leadership, so thank you very much for that. Let me say something about Prince George's County. I've been here a long time, and Senator Mikulski and I have always been focused on Prince George's County and the Washington metropolitan area. Prince George's County has only 4% of the leased office space in the Washington suburbs, the smallest percentage of any county in the Washington metropolitan area. It has been overlooked too often. Now, I think it goes without saying that we have the most competitive sites for the location of the FBI consolidation. And we are going to continue to press. This is a down payment. $390 million is a lot of money. And frankly, without Senator Mikulski, we wouldn't have gotten that. But it is a down payment on making sure that we proceed and proceed quickly to accomplish the completion of this project. and I know working together that we will get that done. Senator Mikulski, thank you. Senator Cardin, Congresswoman Edwards for your work, but Rashawn, we know that, and we are very proud of the fact that the integrity, intellect, and drive that you have brought to Prince George's County has made a difference, is making a difference, is going to make a difference in this project as well. So thank you very much. And now I'll yield to my colleague. She and I represent Prince George's County together. We're very proud of Prince George's County. Donna Edwards. Donna?
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. I have to say today is huge. And it is a wow moment for all of us who live in Prince George's County. I know I do. I've lived there for 30 years, our county executive, but all of us on Team Maryland who not only believe in the consolidation of the FBI headquarters for our national security and for all of the reasons that have been stated before, but also because we believe that we have two amazing sites that are potential locations for the consolidation of the FBI. And frankly, we would not be here standing at this moment if we had not been able to work as a team. Senator Mikulski, I don't even know what to say about your leadership here. From day one, we worked as a team. We've stuck with it for several years as one team focused on bringing the consolidation to Prince George's County, but first making certain that we had the resources to do that. And this $390 million, I mean, I wish I had that in layaway, but it's a good layaway plan, Senator Mikulski. And let me just say this about our county executive. County Executive Rashawn Baker called all of us together, and from the beginning have been working together to make certain that we were prepared for exactly this moment and for the moments that will happen in the future. From one Governor O'Malley to Governor Hogan, Democrat to Republican, all of us committed to do the same thing. Every single member of our congressional delegation united behind a location in Prince George's County for this FBI consolidation. Our two senators working in tandem, and our House members, myself and Mr. Hoyer, of course, working to make sure that we put ourselves in the position we find ourselves in today. And so it is a great moment. And I will say to our neighboring county executives, and I know that County Executive Baker feels this way, that had we not come together as Marylanders to unite behind this consolidation in Prince George's County, we would not be where we are today. And so a shout out to our neighbors in Montgomery County, Anne Arundel County, and the other counties that potentially could have been competitors too. But they recognize that the best place for this location, this consolidation, is in Prince George's County. We also recognize that over the years, as Mr. Hoyer has pointed out, there has been such a disparity in terms of the location of federal facilities. And so Prince George's County is an important opportunity. We celebrate that, but we would not be here were it not for the stellar leadership of Senator Mikulski, making certain that we have $390 million to get us started on this pathway to the county executive on this pathway to the strongest kind of economic development that we could imagine. And with that, I would yield to my friend and colleague and leader in Prince George's County, County Executive Rashawn Baker.
Thank you. $390 million. Wow. Let me say this to thank you, Congresswoman Edwards, my Congresswoman. She represents me and doing a great job. We are so fortunate in Prince George's County to have this leadership up here. They make my job easy. You know, I just have to show up and be prepared. But we certainly have the leadership from Congresswoman Edwards, making sure Prince George's County's voice is always heard, and making sure Maryland is foremost in people's mind. I also want to echo on something that Congresswoman Edwards said that's vitally important. Prince George's County would not be in this position had it not been for the surrounding jurisdictions and county executives who are willing to team up with us and say, this needs to come to Maryland, it needs to come to Prince George's County. I said that to County Executive Leggett from Montgomery County this morning when I saw him. So that's vitally important. Having Governor O'Malley first start off putting resources in there, and then having Governor Hogan do the same has made us move up. My good friend Steny Hoyer, a great graduate of Suitland High School, always making sure we're pushing Prince George's County forward and pushing the state forward, and we wouldn't have this deal without his leadership and his support. Certainly, Senator Cardin, who from day one that I became county executive, looked for ways to help. And this was one of the biggest deals we said we wanted to go after. At that time, it seemed like, a pipe dream, quite honestly, with all that was going on. But we came together as a team, and thanks to Senator Cardin, we're where we are today. And I'm like, Congresswoman Edwards, I don't even know what to say about Senator Mikulski. When I heard it this morning, I said, I checked the text messages and I called my staff and I said, is this true, or am I really looking at this? And they were like, yes. And all I can say is, wow, what a dynamic leader. How fortunate we are, not only in Prince George's County, not only in the state of Maryland, but in the United States that has a senator that has fought so hard to make sure that this region and this state and this nation is safe. And so we're looking forward. We're going to do everything we can. And with that, I'm just pleased to be here. Senator Mikulski.
Every leader needs a team. We couldn't have done this without relying on each other. Many years ago, Steny Hoyer called us together with his usual insistence and persistence on the fact that Prince George's County was really overlooked and undervalued when it came to federal agencies, both the number in the county and also, as he pointed out, the least office space by the United States government, and we all work together. The Marines have a saying, be best at what you're best at and be best at what you're needed for. And as we met on this F.B.I. consolidation, each one took an element, again, using their committees, using their clout, using our resources, we've been able to do this. So right now, we don't know if it will come to Prince George's County. The announcement will come November 16, but we do know there will be an announcement for the full consolidation of the F.B.I., and we are the only state with the land, the metro stops, and quite frankly, a lot of other moxie to get this done. So,
Senator, you're chairman of the ranking member of the Appropriations Committee next year too, aren't you? We're happy about that.
yes, as I said when I announced my retirement, that I was going to turn a new page. That didn't mean that I was going to go dainty on anybody, that I would be like FloJo, going across the finish line, maybe not a marathon runner, but certainly a marathon worker.
Well, you bet.
Senator, what about Virginia? Virginia's obviously making a huge push for this. They say that they are better geographically located compared to Quantico, the mixing bowl in 495 and 95. They're making a big push as well.
Well, we are, as you know, you have to talk about, are we going to have a partial consolidation or a full consolidation? It is the plan, and the F.B.I. Director Comey, has spoken out very clearly. He needs, for a modern F.B.I. to do the mission for which the nation has charged it, full consolidation. That means one campus with all of the people that are now working at the Hoover Building and in these 30 leased spaces in the metropolitan area. We believe that Maryland accommodates the full consolidation better than Virginia.
Senator, does the omnibus do anything to answer some of the unresolved questions about the structure of the deal? I guess, given
The structure of the FBI deal or the structure of the omnibus deal?
the FBI deal, do you have any questions
Both
about
have to.
the swap and even how land acquisition?
No, what this does is provide the resources to proceed. The Appropriations Committee is not a zoning commission.
But given these unresolved questions, is it even clear how the money gets spent?
The first question was to resolve partial or full consolidation. In the meetings with the OMB and the FBI director meeting with the president and meeting with OMB, the decision has been made to go for full consolidation. The methodology to achieve that is in the process of being worked out.
As the federal government looks to make this decision on where to place the new FBI headquarters, how much do you think that this move today will tip things in the balance of Maryland over Virginia?
You know, we're going to keep this momentum going. And rather than say, there's no thumb on the scale. We're competing on the basis of merit. We know when meeting the needs of the FBI. The needs of the FBI are for full consolidation. Then where is the best place to do that? And what are the resources that are offered that meets the needs of the people who will work at the FBI? Already, 43% of the people who work for the FBI in the Washington metropolitan area either live in Prince George's County or very close to Prince George's County. And they tend to be on the Maryland side of the Potomac.
Do you think that this gives Maryland leverage, though, in their push to bring headquarters to...
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think that this gives Maryland more leverage in their push to bring headquarters to PG County?
Well, the first thing is that without the efforts of this delegation, and again, Team Maryland, working with the administration, I believe that we were able to get the administration focused on full consolidation and full consolidation now. There is a sense of urgency, not only because of our political lives or history, but because of the needs of FBI. If you're going to fight ISIL, and you're going to fight counterterrorism here, and you're going to also go after cybercrime and predators on the internet and organized crime and bank heist using technology, you need an FBI that's fit for duty. So by being committed in this year's appropriation to help the FBI, we believe it'll be a boost for us. Okay, so I think that's kind of it, because specific locations and all will be the subject of a spring press conference.
Can I ask you more broadly on the omnibus?
Yes.
This is the last question.
No? There you go.
Can you talk about the performance of Senate Democrats, House Democrats, and the White House in keeping this measure relative
Performance?
to the riders?
Performance?
How
well did we
happy
perform?
are you with the outcomes on these riders that you were complaining about for months and months?
Riders are tough. First of all, money is tough because money is tight. We had to really look at where the revenue was going to come from and how to spend it. So thanks to the Democratic caucus in both the Senate and the House, but particularly the stalwart in the Senate, we were able to get to a new budget deal. This gave us important new financial resources to meet the compelling human needs in our physical infrastructure. If you look at the omnibus, we have money in there for the Purple Line. We have money in there for subways. We also have money in for our human infrastructure, money in there for NIH. So we worked hard, because remember what the appropriations process is. We are the money committee putting money in the federal checkbook. We were not meant to be writing doctrinaire pamphlets. The riders came in really primarily the last 5 years. These riders, many of them were poison pill. They were resolved at the leadership level. We cleared a lot of the underbrush, working, for example, with the authorizers. Senator Cardin chairs will chair. But we consulted with Chairman Corker and Vice Chairman Cardin on the Foreign Ops bill. So we were able to reduce them, but for those that were really particularly prickly, that was done at the leadership level, led by Dennis McDonough for the White House, Nancy Pelosi, Paul Ryan, and Mitch McConnell and Harry Reid. And I think they did a good job. It took a long time. At times it bordered on treaty negotiations. But we were able to stop non-proliferation of the poison pill riders.
Could the SEC...
Or at least the most. So we're not going to get into individual riders. You can all look at the bill that's now on the web, and where you have them. those questions can be addressed later on that.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.